Assalamu alaikum students. This lesson is for class 6 and for English. Now you may ask your teacher to pause the video at any moment or replay any part that you do not understand. I hope you enjoy the lesson today and you are able to understand everything. Best of luck! Today we will be working on Unit 1, Mother to Son, Types of Sentences. Get your Oxford English Book 6, textbook page number 4 and 5 is our task today, and workbook page number 2 would be your homework. It would take us approximately 70 minutes to finish the task of the day. You would be needing your Oxford English textbook, workbooks, notebooks, pencils, sharpeners and erasers. So let's get to work. So guys, by the end of today's lesson, we should be able to identify 4 different types of sentences, recognize how to punctuate these different types of sentences, convert statements into questions, and we would be making sentences of each type of our own. So let's move on and see whether we can understand this work or not. Before we move on to different types of sentences, let's think about what a sentence is. Anybody can tell me what a sentence is? Yes, a sentence is a complete thought put into words. If your thought or your concept or your idea is not complete in one sentence, then it is not a complete sentence. Then it is a fragment. Now let's look at how many different types of sentences are there. Statements, questions, commands, and exclamations. These are the 4 types that we would be talking about today in our lesson. Look at the first type, that is statements. The statements are also called declarative sentences. Statements make statements obviously, and they convey a certain piece of information. They are punctuated by a full stop. If you do not put a full stop, your sentence is incomplete. So punctuations are very, very important. Now, for example, look at this statement. The dog in the neighbor's yard is barking. Now this is a statement ending with a full stop, and here we get a certain piece of information that a dog in the neighbor's yard is barking. It's just giving you information about the neighbor's dog and what it is doing at the moment. Now look at this second type, and that is questions. And now questions are also called interrogative sentences. Questions are used to ask, and they are used to find out certain information, and they're always punctuated by a question mark. Now again, if you don't put a question mark at the end of the question, then your answers are wrong, then your sentence is wrong. Now look at this particular example. Is it raining? Yes, it's a question that we are asking regarding the weather. And look at the sentence that it is ending with a question mark. So it is a question. You are trying to get certain information about the weather. The third type of the sentences that we will be discussing today is commands and requests. There is another name for these type of sentences, and that is imperative sentences. Now, in case of imperative sentences or commands or request, the sentence usually commands the reader to do something or requests someone to do something, or it requests or tells someone not to do something. And it is also punctuated by a full stop. Again, when a sentence is complete, it is always punctuated by a full stop, exclamation mark, or a question mark. Now look at these two examples over here. Close the door. It's a command. Please be quiet. It's a polite request from someone. And both these types of sentences are called imperative sentences. Now, after all these three types, the last type is the most important one. It's exclamation. These are also called exclamatory sentences. Now let's see why they are so interesting. Exclamations actually show excitement. They show great emotions and feelings of the person, and they're always punctuated by an exclamation mark. Now look at this sentence, for example. The house is on fire. Now such a sentence cannot be spoken without any feeling. That sort of sentence is called an exclamation or exclamatory sentence. Now that we know all the four types of sentences, let's practice. Now let's take a quiz together and see whether we can recognize all these different types or not. Now let's see what is the type of each of these given sentences. Take 10 minutes and pause the video over here. Because you see, if you are going to jump to the answer part of the video, then that would be cheating. And we do not want to cheat. So pause the video here and take 10 minutes. Now let's check whether our answers are correct or not. Have you made a decision? What type of a sentence is this? Yes, it's a question. Why? Because it's asking us about the decision, and also it is ending with a question mark. The girl in the white jacket is lost. It's a statement. Why? Because it is giving us more information about the girl. The Bulldogs won the game in the last 3 minutes. Yes, it's an exclamation because it has the feelings involved with the excitement of the match, and also it is ending with an exclamation mark. Give me a piece of pizza. It's a command because somebody is ordering someone to give him a piece of pizza. I didn't finish my homework. Yes, it's a statement ending with a full stop and giving us information about the homework. Where is my science book? Yes, it's a question. Why? Because it is ending with a question mark and asking us more about the science book. Please come with me to the movies. Yes, it's a request. I made a perfect score on this test. This shows excitement about somebody who has scored very well in the test. That's an exclamation. Why is he late? Again, a question. Well done. Open your locker immediately. Very well, it's a command. Well done, everyone. Now, in the previous assignment, if you answered one or two incorrectly, then you have done an excellent job. And you should be getting a gold star, clapping for yourself. Now, if you made 2 or 3 mistakes, even then you have done very well. So you get a silver star. So clap for yourself for that as well. If you made 4 or 5 mistakes, even then you have not done badly. It doesn't matter. You can do better next time. So it was a good effort. Let's move on and see if you made more than 5 mistakes, then even then there is nothing to worry about. Simply replay the video, go through the whole topic again and attempt it again. No problem at all. You will do better next time, I promise you. So there is nothing to worry about. Now open your Oxford English Book 6 and open page number 4. Now see, there is an exercise C, and I want you to complete question number 1 for now. Take 10 minutes, calmly read the sentences and finish the work. Pause the video here, because if you jump to the answer part of the video, then it means you were cheating. And I know you don't want to cheat. Now let's get started. Now guys, once again, let's check whether our answers are correct or not. The boards are torn up. A statement. Did you hear what I said? A question. Keep it safely in a trunk. A command or a request. How fresh it is. It's an exclamation. It will change color in 2 hours. Simple statement. Throw it away. Command and a request. I burned it yesterday. Again, a simple statement. Have you burnt it yet? Again, it's a question. Well done, guys. Well done. Now let's see how we can turn a statement into a question. Sometimes we just change the order of the words. For example, if we have a sentence like, you are well. If we change the order of the verb, then it turns out to be, are you well? And this is a question. Sometimes we add words like do, did and does to the beginning of the sentence to turn it into a question. For example, she works hard. When I have to change this present tense sentence into a question, I simply add the word does. Does she work hard? Because I have S with the verb. She worked hard. Now how do I convert that, since it is in past tense? Well, I would just add the word did to convert it into a past tense. Did she work hard? So today our focus would be mainly on the first 2 ways of converting statements into question. But there is another way of turning questions into statements, and that is by adding who, what, where, why and when and how. We can turn any question we can make any question by adding any one of these words. Depends on the information we need. Who works hard? How did she work? Where did she work? The word we use to form the question all depends on the type of answer we need. So let's see whether we understand this or not. To check our understanding of the question formation, let's come to Oxford English book with number 6 and come to page number 4. And let's complete question number 2 of exercise C. Now, it's a little bit of a tricky task, so I would ask you to take 15 minutes even to properly form your questions. Now, pause the video here, because if you play the video and move on to the answer part, then you would never be able to check whether you understand anything or not. And it would be called cheating. And I know none of my students are cheaters. So let's pause the video here and try to solve the exercise ourselves. Best of luck. Now, since you have completed question number 2 on page number 5, let's check whether our answers are correct or not. It had tacks in it. Did it have tacks in it? There were places with no carpets on the floor. Were there places with no carpets on the floor? He sat down on the grass. Did he sit down on the grass? She finds it hard. Does she find it hard? I am still working hard. Am I still working hard? Well done, guys. Even if you made 1 or 2 mistakes, it doesn't matter. You can fix your mistakes. You have done a really good job. Excellent work. Now guys, in your workbook, page number 2 and 3, exercise A is your homework. You just have to write the sentences of the particular type according to the punctuation. You know what punctuation comes after what, and you will have a picture in there to help you as well. So please submit your work on time to your teacher and listen to her instructions. Now before we sign off for the day, let's check whether you understood today's lesson or not. What are the 4 types of sentences? Yes, statements, questions, commands, and exclamations. These are the 4 different types of sentences. Now pause the video again over here and tell your teacher example of each type that we have studied today. Take your time. Well done guys, you gotta keep up the good work. Have a great day.